Welcome everyone. This is Himani Gupta. Today I will be discussing a project on data analysis of groundwater pollution, for which data has been taken from Central Pollution Control Board 2019 state-wise using Python. This data has been taken from Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, and this is the link to the data. Now, using Python, we have done a data analysis of groundwater pollution. First of all, we will import the required libraries. Then we are reading our file with the help of pandas read Excel function. And here you can see the data frame. Now this is our data. How it looks like, you can see here, like we have station name, like the location of the state. Then we have the temperature, minimum and maximum. Then we have the dissolved oxygen in the water, minimum and maximum value. Then we have the pH, minimum and maximum. Then next we have the conductivity, then biological oxygen demand. Then we have the nitrates dissolved in water, which are the indicator of pollution. Actually, all these parameters are indication of pollution in water. Then we have total coliform, minimum and maximum. Then we have the fecal coliform dissolved in water, minimum and maximum. So this is how our data looks like. Now, this data is taken from a trustable source, as I have already explained. Now we will start doing our data analysis. Now for that, we are also using matplotlib pyplot function, and I have also used Seaborn for data visualization, because Seaborn provides effective customization and tools which make the graphs look better. Now first of all, we will see the data types of our data. Here we have station code, then station name. All the columns are being displayed and the corresponding data types are being displayed. Now first of all, we have to clean the data before analysis, because that is important. Now what we have done here is, in the next step, we are converting all the number based values to numerical data. Now, for example, these values which are being displayed here, these are of float and object data type. Now we will convert this to numeric data. For this, we have used the toNumeric function of pandas. After that, we can check that all the required values have been converted to float, and only station name and state name are in object data type, because these are string values. Now next, we have extracted a data frame df2 from our main data. Now we will do our operation on this data frame df2. First of all, we are viewing our data with the head function. We have specified that we want to view two columns and two rows, and two rows of our data. So here two rows have been displayed. Next we have the next we are finding the unique state names from our data. Now dot unique function is used for that. Here we can see that we can visualize our data, that how many states and which states are given in the data. Almost all states of India have been taken. Now we will display the columns which are contained in our data. Now here we can see all the columns which are present in our data. Station code, that is the particular location of the state, then the station name, then state name, then we have temperature, then dissolved oxygen, then pH, then conductivity, BOD, nitrates, total coliform, fecal coliform. Actually, when we want to analyze the water for pollution, we have to take some parameters. All the parameters present in our data are the indicators of water pollution, like how much the pollution has affected the water quality, so that we can see that this groundwater data. From this groundwater data, we will see that water's quality is good for drinking purpose or not, whether it is good for industrial purpose or not. Now, first of all, we will do the data cleaning. Here we have dropped the columns which we do not need, because now here I have dropped the column number 3, 5, 7, and 9, because these columns are not needed, as I have taken the maximum permissible maximum value of each parameter, because that will make our analysis better. Also, we have dropped these columns 7, 9, 11, and 13, because these are also not needed. Now, finally, we have extracted the data with the needed columns, like maximum value of each parameter of temperature, dissolved oxygen, pH, conductivity, BOD, nitrate, total coliform, and fecal coliform. So now from these values, we have generated a CSV file, so that analysis is easy for us. Now, two CSV function of pandas is used for generating this CSV file. Then a most important function of pandas is group by. It is basically basically a data aggregation function. Now, using group by, we have calculated the mean of these values, and then in this same command, we are converting this file to a CSV file named state-wise mean. It will be saved in the same directory from in which our files are being imported from. Now, uh, now we are importing Seaborn, because I have mostly used Seaborn for data visualization, as it provides better customization and visualization. Now I have read these files, which we have just calculated the mean of each value corresponding to each state of India. Now this has been converted to a data frame water data, as we can view here. Now all the required columns are being displayed here, and our data is cleaned. Now we will start the data visualization. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to see the correlation between all these water quality parameters, like how one variable is affecting the other. Now suppose temperature is increasing, then how it is affecting the dissolved oxygen. Suppose pH is decreasing, then how it is affecting the conductivity. So for that, we see the correlation between these water quality parameters. Now first of all, we can see here, using Seaborn, we have we have visualized the pair plot. Pair plot is best for visualizing the correlation, because it displays the graph between two variables at a time. Now here we have set the style of Seaborn to dark grid, so that our graph is better visible. And we have also set the figure size in order to, because we will be having many graphs here in pair plot, so that we can easily visualize that. Now here you can see that uh, first of all, this for each station, we have the variability with all parameters, like fecal coli, then total coliform, then nitrates, then BOD, then conductivity, then pH, then dissolved oxygen, temperature. So next we have the variation of temperature with each parameter, like fecal coli, total coli, nitrate. So here we can easily visualize that how each parameter is affecting the other parameter. Next, we have the variation of dissolved oxygen with all parameters, then pH, then conductivity, then BOD, then nitrates, then total coliform, then fecal coliform. Then we are plotting the bar charts for data visualization based on the quality parameters. Now we can see, first of all, we are taking the temperature. For each state, we will visualize the temperature. So here we are using the bar plot function of SNS. SNS is the variable in which we have imported our Seaborn. Then here we can see that for each state, the maximum temperature value is being shown, and uh, and we have also used this for loop to display each value on the bar chart, because in case of Seaborn, if we want to labelize our data values, then we have to apply this for loop function. And for this, we have also used the enumerate function of Python. And using this, we can see that the temperature for each state. Now, as we can see that some states, in some states, water temperature is very high. Like we can see for Daman and Diu, Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Like this, we are visualizing our data. Then for Puducherry, it is also very high. Next, we will see the variation based on pH. For each state, pH is being shown, the maximum pH value for each state. Like for Andhra Pradesh, we have pH 7.69. This is also done using bar plot, because bar plot is best for visualizing the water quality data. Now, again, we have the graphs for each state for conductivity. Here we can see the conductivity of each state. Next, we have BOD, variation of BOD. Now, this is just a Python warning, because we are having some NaN values in our data. So this can be ignored, because we cannot replace the NaN values in our data, because it's a data of water quality. So if we cannot substitute the NaN value with the value with which we desire, because that will change the change the values of data to undesirable format. So we have not cleaned the data for NaN values for up till here. So this warning can be ignored for the time being. Next, we are visualizing the BOD with state name. For each state, BOD value is being shown. Next, we have the nitrates value for each state. Then we have the total coliform value. So here this bar chart is displaying the total coliform value for each state. Then we have the fecal coliform value. Now, next we are we are visualizing the dissolved oxygen with the help of bar plot. Now, for each state, dissolved oxygen value is also being shown here. Reason is that why we are visualizing each variable with respect to each state, because we want to now analyze that which variable is deviating how much from the standard value or the ideal value which are being given by our organizations of our country, by Government of India. So now what we have done here is that we have converted these columns into a list named numerical. Then we are reading this file into WP numstats. This state-wise mean file is being read into WP numstats. Now what we will do is that we have made a list, so we will make a histogram. Now we can see here histogram for each column. Now this is what is actually histogram. It shows values in forms of bins. Now we have set that set bins equal to 10 and figure size is 15,6 and layout is 2,4. Now we can see here that now suppose this value is as it can be seen that it is near to 1. So we have two bins corresponding to value 1, and then we have one bin corresponding to value 3. Then we have 7 this then we have 7 bins for a value this 25 20 25 30. Now states which are having value of temperature in the range 20 are having count 1. Then states which are having value between 25 to 30, their count can also be seen from here. Similarly, we are visualizing the dissolved oxygen and corresponding bins and their counts for all the states. Then we have pH maximum, conductivity, BOD, nitrates, total coliform, and fecal coliform. So the histograms makes it easy to visualize the count of the states which are having the values in a particular range. So now from above graphs, we can see that variation in value of dissolved fecal coli here is maximum Further, the graphs which give some important insights like pH varies from as low as 1 to 12.5, 1 to 12.5 maximum, which tells about acidic or basic content in our water. Now here we can see that pH is showing a large variation. Like some states are having a very low value and some are having very high value. So this tells us that the acidic and basic content of the water of the states. Now we will see the charts with permissible limits for parameters as specified by Central Pollution Control Board or other international agencies like US Environmental Protection Agency. Now what, first of all, we will take pH. What is the optimum pH value? Now pH, we will visualize that the states with a pH value greater than 8.5, because that will show us the that pH, this pH value is undesirable. Above 8.5 value is undesirable according to these agencies. Now here we are extracting the state which is having pH value greater than 8.5. Now it is showing us that Rajasthan is having a pH 13.64. So this shows that this value is quite undesirable for state Rajasthan. Next, we have the pH value less than 6.5, because that is also undesirable. So that state comes out to be Tripura with pH value 5.9. Next, we are showing the states with abnormal pH values in with the help of bar plot. Now here we can see that Rajasthan is having a pH value near to 13, and Tripura is also having a values less than 6. So this is, these two states are having abnormal pH values. So with the help of bar plot, we have also visualized the pH value corresponding to these states. Now conclusion, what is based on parameter pH? As per Central Pollution Control Board, the permissible values for drinking water pH should be between 6.5 and 8.5. So that in state of Tripura, these levels are below the upper limit, below the lower limit, that is water is acidic in nature. While on other hand, in state of Rajasthan, these levels are above 8.5, that is water is too much alkaline. Now next we are doing the analysis of total coliform level on the drinking water. Now total coliform value greater than 50 is undesirable. Here we are extracted the states Bihar, Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Kerala, Maharashtra and Puducherry, because total coliform value is quite high for these states. Now this is also an abnormal range. Next, we are visualizing the total coliform values of these states with the help of bar chart. These all are abnormal because they are greater than 50. So total coliforms include the bacteria that are found in the soil, in water that has been influenced by surface water, and in human or by animal waste. So as per Central Pollution Control Board, the total coli should be less than 50. Above statistics show that in 6 states, Bihar, Delhi, Himachal, Kerala, Maharashtra, and Puducherry, this value is more than 50. So next we have dissolved oxygen. The desired value is 6, less than equal to 6. So undesirable values less than equal to 6. We have extracted the states with values less than equal to 6. So there are many states in which dissolved oxygen is less than equal to 6. So this showing shown in the bar graph again, we can see the value abnormal values of states which are having for dissolved oxygen. Next, we have the bar chart for each state with values being shown here. Then conclusion is that as per CPCB standards, the generally water should have dissolved oxygen concentrations above 6.5 to 8 and between 80 to 120%. So from these above, we can see that states of J&K, Jharkhand and Mizoram, the water samples showed the dissolved oxygen beyond 6 mgl. So that is a good value. But for these states, we can see that value is quite low. Next, we have the biological oxygen demand. So we have extracted states with BOD greater than equal to 2. Now these 9 states are having abnormal BOD values. BOD stands for biological oxygen demand. It is basically the amount of dissolved oxygen required by aerobic organisms to break down the organic material present in the water. It indicates the amount of organic pollution present in our aquatic ecosystem. So greater the BOD, more rapidly oxygen is depleted in the stream. This means less oxygen is available to higher forms of aquatic life. The consequences of high BOD are same as those for low dissolved oxygen. Aquatic organisms become stressed, suffocate, and they die. So, hence, as per above statistics, survival of aquatic life in Maharashtra and Manipur. So, Maharashtra is having value 16.75 and Manipur is having value 27.5. So, in these two states, aquatic life is endangered significantly. Next, we can see these values with the help of bar chart. For each state value is being displayed. Next is the electrical conductivity. Similarly, we have extracted the states with conductivity greater than 2250. So these bar graph is showing each value. Now, electrical conductivity is analyzed for industrial and irrigation purposes. Conductivity is a measure of water's capability to pass the electrical flow. This ability is directly related to the concentration of ions in water. These conductive ions come from dissolved salts and inorganic materials such as alkalis, chlorides, sulfides, and carbonate compounds. So, as per CPCB standards, this electrical conductivity should be less than 2250 micromos per centimeter. As hence above data is shown for state where this value is beyond this limit, as we can see here. So we conclude that for such states, groundwater is not suitable for purposes like irrigation and industrial use. So above bar chart shows that Maharashtra's groundwater samples were found to be most unsuitable for the said purpose. Next, we have the nitrates. Similarly, now nitrates form an important parameter if we want to analyze the water pollution. So here we can see that nitrate value above 10 is considered abnormal. So we have 5 states with nitrates dissolved in water in a significant value, in a significant range. So here, according to US EPA, nitrate for drinking water is 10 milligrams of nitrate per liter of drinking water. Drinking water with levels of nitrate at or below 10 is considered safe for everyone. So Punjab has also featured in above list through contamination, though contamination is just a little more than acceptable limit. Usually the water quality of Punjab is good, but here Punjab has also featured in these states because there are nitrates dissolved in water of Punjab. Next, we have fecal coliform. Similarly, we are visualizing fecal coliform with the help of bar chart also, and then we are making the conclusions that uh, some states are having a quite high value of fecal coliform. So greater than 500 is considered abnormal. So we have 4 states with very much high value of fecal coliform in water. So that is also not good for drinking purposes, and it affects health of people. Next, we have combined all the parameters with the help of a filter. Now here we can visualize that for total coliform greater than 50, conductivity greater than 2250, nitrates greater than 10, and fecal coliform greater than 500, we have seen that Delhi is the state with all these values, where all these values are being satisfied. So Delhi's water is very much polluted. Here we can see that pH is also 7.14, then conductivity is 3090, then BOD is not available for Delhi, so we have taken nitrates, total coliform, and fecal coliform. Nitrates are 70.46, total coliform is 895, fecal coliform is greater than 2000. So this is quite bad for water quality of Delhi. So what we have inferred from this is that for Delhi, water samples do not come out good on more than one criteria. These parameters are conductivity, nitrates, fecal coli, and total coli. Next, we have also extracted States which have total coliform and dissolved O2 less than equal to 6 and total coliform greater than 50. For these two states are there, Himachal and Maharashtra. These two states do not come out on these two criterias, as values are in the abnormal range. So water quality is affected in Himachal and Maharashtra also. So what we have inferred from here is that Himachal and Maharashtra water samples do not come out good on true criterias. These are dissolved oxygen and total coli. Now we come to the most important part of data analysis of water pollution. Now, do we have a combined parameter for analyzing the water quality? Yes, it is water quality index. Now we have used here the weighted arithmetic water quality index method for analyzing the water quality of all the states. Now this method provides information regarding quality evaluation of a body of water. This method uses most commonly measured water quality parameters like pH, BOD, conductivity, dissolved oxygen, nitrates, etc. And it is calculated according to this formula. Now here WQI can be calculated using this formula. It should have a value between 0 and 100. Now here QI represents a relative value of water quality specific to each parameter. Then I represent the number of parameters taken into consideration. As we can see here in our data, we have taken 5 to 6 parameters. Now WI is a factor which measures the importance of a parameter in the calculation of WQI. That is the weighted relative weight. How much weight each parameter is contributing to WQI. So next, how we will find this QI? And the formula for QI is given here, where VI is the value given in our data, and then V naught is the ideal value. Then SI is the standard value, and V naught is again the ideal value. So this standard value, which is given by the environmental agencies or pollution agencies of a country. So here, then once we have found out this QI, then we need to find out WI. WI is equal to K upon SI, where K is a constant, and K can be calculated using this formula. Now this is just I am summarizing this because this is important to understand what is water quality index and how it tells us that how much the water has been polluted by human activities, or and for that we are using this formula, this weighted arithmetic water quality index method. So now what is the standard for this water quality index? Actually, water quality rating as per water arithmetic water quality index method is that 0 to 25 water is considered excellent for drinking purposes, and 26 to 50 is considered good range, 51 to 75 is a poor range, and 76 to 100 is very poor. But if WQI crosses 100, then water becomes unsuitable for drinking. So now we will implement this whole method using Python and visualize the data. Now here I have firstly calculated QI, then we have calculated the product of QI and WI as I have mentioned here. After that we have calculated the sum of all these products, then this sum comes out to be 0.99. Then finally this we have got all the three values of the QI, WI and this sum of WI. So now we will calculate WQI. Now WQI is calculated using the above formula. Here you can visualize the data with WQI value for each state. Here. Now this column shows the water quality index parameter for all states. Now those values which are not available are shown with NaN. So now for all these 30 states we have the WQI value. So we will read this data and then we will drop these NaN values for the data cleaning purpose. Now finally we have obtained those states for which all values are available and for which we have finally the obtained WQI. Now for the states which were showing NaN values have been dropped. Now we will analyze the water quality of these states. Now here we have used a line plot for visualizing this water quality index. Now using this AXH line function of pandas, I have shown this red line at 100 because greater than 100 WQI is very much abnormal. So we can see that for 3 states, Himachal, Maharashtra and Rajasthan, we have WQI greater than 100. So the water of these states is quite polluted. Now we are summarizing this whole project on data analysis of water pollution. For this, now what we have concluded is basically that in state of Tripura, levels are below the lower limit, like what pH levels. Now water is acidic in nature, while on other hand in state of Rajasthan, pH values are above 8.5, water is too much alkaline. Next, in states of Jammu Kashmir, Jharkhand, Mizoram, water samples showed the amount of dissolved oxygen beyond 6, which indicates healthy water quality. Next, we have survival of aquatic life in Maharashtra and Manipur to be difficult. Maharashtra's groundwater samples were found to be most unsuitable for irrigation and also for industrial usage if we consider the electrical conductivity parameter. Next, Punjab featured in high percentage nitrates list. Next, Delhi water samples do not come out good on many parameters. Then Himachal and Maharashtra do not come out good on true criteria of dissolved oxygen and total coliform. In 6 states, Bihar, Delhi, Himachal, Kerala, Maharashtra, and Puducherry, value of total coli was more than 50. So, last point was that this water quality index of, as we have seen here, of Rajasthan, Himachal, and Maharashtra was greater than 100. So, we can conclude that groundwater of these states is most unsuitable for drinking purpose. So now, with the help of visualization tools, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Pandas, and Python like bar chart and aid of filters, we are able to see that various statistics and how now the departments can work out their plans on basis of quality parameters against which a particular state is failing. So this whole project was about data analysis of groundwater data for each state of India obtained from CPCB 2019, because that is the latest data available. Using Python, Pandas, Matplotlib, NumPy, and Seaborn, we have made a good data visualization project on groundwater pollution. Thank you.